Rising from the ashes, finding strength in loss. Rising from the ashes, finding strength in loss. You ever wonder why people walk out of your life? Yeah, I see it in your eyes. You feel abandoned. You think they just got tired of you, like you were some broken thing they tossed out when they were done. But let me tell you, kid, it's not about you. It's about them. You're standing here thinking God's got. Rising from the ashes, finding strength in loss. It out for you. Like, why the hell would he take away the people who meant everything? But maybe, just maybe, he saw something you couldn't. Maybe he saw through their lies, their smiles, all that fake loyalty. They weren't there for you. They were there for themselves. You're stuck on the pain, huh? Rising from the ashes, finding strength in loss. That knife twisting in your gut because they left you hanging? Let me break it to you straight. It hurts because you gave a damn, but they never really did. They were taken from you, your time, your energy, your soul. You were feeding their ego. Fill in their voids, and you didn't even see. Rising from the ashes, finding strength in loss. Hell, you probably loved them too much to notice. But here's the thing. God saw it. He saw that they were poisons slithering into your life with their fake promises, telling you what you wanted to hear, while they sucked the life out of you. Yeah, you thought they were your salvation, your family, your rising from the ashes, finding strength in loss. Friends, but they were parasites sucking the good out of you and leaving you with nothing. You're hurting. I get it, but wake up. God ripped them out of your life, 'cause he knew they weren't good enough for you. Yeah, you with all your mess, all your mistakes, you're still worth more than rising from the ashes, finding strength in loss. The garbage they brought to your life, but you can't see that yet. Can you? You're blinded by your own need for them, your own desperation to feel needed, pathetic. But hey, we've all been there. Even me. You're down on your knees crying over people who wouldn't even bother to. Rising from the ashes, finding strength in loss. Look back at you if they passed you on the street. People who used you, who said they'd be there till the end. Then split the second things. Got real cowards, cowards who didn't deserve you. But that's the joke, isn't it? You loved them? Needed them? Thought you couldn't live without. Rising from the ashes, finding strength in loss. Him. And now look at you standing here empty-handed, wondering what went wrong. Nothing went wrong. Kid, everything went right. God saw what you couldn't, so he cut the cord for you, 'cause you didn't have the guts to do it yourself. And now here you are, free. It don't feel like freedom yet. Rising from the ashes, finding strength in loss. Does it? It feels like the whole world is sitting on your chest, squeezing the air out of your lungs. That's the price you pay for seeing the truth, for realizing you were carrying dead weight all along. You want to know what real pain is? It's not the loss. No, real pain comes from realizing how. Rising from the ashes, finding strength in loss. Much time you wasted on the wrong people. It's the gut-wrenching moment when you realize you loved people who never really saw you, never really cared about you. And God. Well, God couldn't sit back and watch you destroy yourself any longer. So he yanked them out of your life. You should be thanking him. But rising from the ashes, finding strength in loss. You're too busy crying, aren't you? You wanted them to stay. You wanted them to love you back the way you love them. But that's not how it works. Love ain't this fairy tale. Ain't this happy ending. You see, in the movies, love is ugly. It's painful. It's raw, and the truth is, not everyone can handle it. Some. 645. People, they're not built for love. They're built to take, to drain, to feed off the souls of the ones who care. And you're a giver. That's your curse. You give and you give and you give until there's nothing left. And then when you're empty, they walk away, 'cause they got what they rising from the ashes, finding strength in loss. Wanted. But you know what? Screw them. God saw through their act. He saw them for what they really were. Leeches hanging on till they drained you dry. He saw the rot underneath their pretty words, their false promises, so he ripped them away from you. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't bad luck. It was divine. 750. Intervention. But here's the part that's going to sting, kid. You're sitting here hurting, wishing things were different, wishing they were still here. But deep down, I'm right. They weren't good for you. You know, you'd still be wasting your time, your energy, rising from the ashes, finding strength in loss. Your soul. If they were still in your life, you'd still be stuck in that toxic cycle, pouring yourself into people who don't give a damn about you. That's why you gotta stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop crying over what's gone. Start seeing what's in front of you. You got a clean slate. Now it's time to 844. Rebuild. But this time, you do it right. You build your life with people who give as much as they take. People who see you, who really see you for who you are, not for what you can do for them. And that, my friend, is going to be your revenge, not on them, but on yourself. 'Cause the real, rising from the ashes, finding strength in loss. Betrayal. It wasn't from them. It was from you. You betrayed yourself every time you let them take from you, every time you put their needs above your own, every time you stayed when you should have walked away. But no more. God gave you a gift when he removed them. He gave you a chance to see your 945. Worth to stand on your own 2 feet without leaning on people who never had your back to begin with. He gave you the chance to rewrite your story without their poison cloud in your vision. So what's it going to be? You going to keep feeling sorry for yourself? Or you going to stand up, dust yourself? Rising from the ashes, finding strength in loss. Off and start living for you. 'Cause they're gone, kid, and they ain't coming back. And that's the best thing that could have ever happened to you. You think you're still the same person you were before they left? Nah, you're different now. You've been through the fire, and it's burned away all the 1041. Illusions, all that love, all that loyalty you thought you had gone. What's left? Just you. But don't look at that like it's a bad thing. That's your power now. The minute they walked away, they gave you something. No one else could. Freedom. It's ironic, ain't it? You thought 1012. You needed them to be free. But the truth is, they were chains around your ankles. God cut those chains for you. He knew you wouldn't do it yourself. You didn't have the guts. Look at you now, standing here without him. You're still breathing. You're still moving. Sure, you're hurting. But that pain. 1142. It's proof you're alive. Pain is a reminder that you gave a damn, that you felt something that makes you stronger than them. 'Cause you know what they never felt. Nothing. Not like you did. They took and they took. But they never really cared. That's why it was so easy for them to rising from the ashes, finding strength in loss. Leave, but you're still carrying the weight of it. Like a damn fool, you're dragging around the memories, the hurt, like it's some kind of badge of honor. But let me ask you something. What's it doing for you? What's the point of hanging on to ghosts? Huh? They're gone, but you keep letting them live. Rising from the ashes, finding strength in loss.